Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I track what I wear every single day. I've been doing that for more than 5 years now because I started in the spring of 2020. And today we're gonna go through the items in my wardrobe that I've worn the most for the past 30 days. My plan is to do this every month. It's gonna be sort of like a supplement to the wardrobe updates that I already do once a month, where we talk about what's new in my wardrobe, thoughts and feelings, wishes that I have, like if I've sold anything, all of that. So that's the idea. And I use Stylebook to track what I wear every single day. It's a white and purple app icon, and I settled on that one when I first started in 2020. And I am, like I said, 5 years deep into it. So in the app, whenever I wear something, I add that to the calendar day of that day, and then it will give me some stats for the items, and you can go into like the statistics of your wardrobe, and it'll give you a bunch of different information, and you can set the own like range of the information that you want, stuff like that. And one of the things you can do is that you can go into your worn history, see what you worn the most, and then you can go by like of all time, you can go by a year, 6 months, stuff like that. So that's how we'll be able to do what I've worn for the past 30 days, and then talk about that, because in the wardrobe updates, obviously you get all the updates to what's new in my wardrobe, what I've been wearing. I sort of get into that a little bit sometimes, but it's never statistically accurate. I mean, never. It's usually not statistically accurate. So it's a lot of like, what's new in my wardrobe, and then it's a lot of intentions, thoughts, feelings, reflections on my style, stuff like that. But here we're gonna go a little bit more detailed into what reality actually looks like. I also thought that since moving back to Denmark after a year, or Copenhagen after years in Switzerland, I've been here now for 6 months, almost to the date-ish, and it's also possible to view the past 6 months in the app. So that means in theory we could do an overview, or like we could talk about what I have been wearing the most in the time since I have been in Denmark, or since I moved back. I have no point of reference for how long this video is going to take though, so I don't know that we'll get both things done within this video. I might have to part them into two, and then today just talk about what I've been wearing the most for the past 30 days, and then do like the 6 months in Denmark in another video. But we'll see, because knowing myself, you know, I'll go into extensive details about every single thing that we have to talk about. But again, no clue yet. I'm just winging it. So we will talk about what I have been wearing for the past 30 days. And ideally, I would have liked to film this sort of like at the beginning of a month, so that we can review a whole month exactly together. But since I've been running a little bit behind with the wardrobe updates as well, I'm just gonna get this done, and then like we can get into like a little bit of a smoother time of when to upload these videos, essentially. So first I'm gonna do a quick overview of the calendar. You'll see a bit of June, and then you'll see some of July as well. I'm only gonna count the past 30 days, just because you can't set your own range in the app, which is a little bit annoying. This is definitely a feature that I will suggest that they create. And yes, now I remember what it was that I had to tell you, because this I do have to tell you. When I go into the app, you'll see the price of items, and then you'll see the cost per wear for that item. It calculates that on its own. And because I've moved back to Denmark, I've had to set the settings on my phone to the region, which is Denmark, which means that now the currency that you see, the currency symbol, is KR. KR is krones, so Danish krones. It's a little bit annoying because all of the numbers are still, and I will continue to make them so, in dollars. Actually, they are in Swiss francs, but the Swiss franc and the dollar is almost the same. So whenever we talk about it on the app, I always just mention it in US dollars. So that is really annoying. So just remember that when you see a number, it's actually dollar. It's only the currency symbol that is wrong. It should not be KR. It should just have been a dollar symbol or a USD, it should have said. So yeah, I already get this question every time I create something, so I'll probably have to mention it. I'll find a smoother way to mention it, which isn't so over-explanatory as I do with everything. But just wanted to pop that in there really quickly. So you'll see an overview of June and July in the calendar, but I'll only be able to show the past 30 days. So that means like half of June and then half of July or something like that. Probably from the 20th or the 21st of June. But this is what my calendar overview looks like. Some people using Stylebook will have like a full outfit showing. I don't do that just because it's such a hassle. You have to like create an outfit for that, and then you have to save it to your phone, and it creates a picture which just takes up a massive amount of space, and you can't delete the outfits later on either. either, because if you do that, you also delete having tracked it in the app. So I don't do that. I just add all the items for that day to the day, even though it would have been nice to have the little outfit icon on the calendars, but yeah, I don't do that. And then you'll have some days where you see I'm not wearing anything, I haven't tracked anything. That's because whenever I'm just lounging at home, or when I am in activewear like I am right now, I don't track that. I know some people using the app, this is also a feedback I get sometimes, you know, some people using the app, they track everything. They also, like, I don't track accessories. The only accessories that I track are my bags. So yeah, clothes, shoes and bags, except for loungewear and activewear. And also when I first started doing or tracking what I wear every single day, it was sort of like to get a feel for whether or not my clothes was worth it. But I found really quickly that something like, for example, activewear or loungewear, I do not overbuy that in any way, shape or form. I'm really good at getting a lot of use out of all of it, and when I don't, I just sell it. I don't know, I just don't want to track that. So when we talk about what I'm wearing, it is always real clothes for a lack of a better term. So the weather in Denmark for the past while has been warm-ish. It's been summer by Danish standards. That's also why I'm filming exactly by an open window, so you'll be able to hear some stuff outside just because it's so hot. But that also reflects a little bit in my clothes, and I really recommend that even if this is the first video you might watch from me, or if you haven't watched the last wardrobe updates, I mean, you can watch this regardless, but I think a lot of it will sort of track together with the wardrobe updates. Some items, and that will also be the case for the past 30 days here, I tend to wear them as soon as I get them, wear them a lot. So that is sort of what will be reflected from the wardrobe updates, that I'll say, oh, you know, when I buy a new jacket, blah blah blah, I tend to wear that a lot, and then I stop wearing, etc, etc. That is what will be reflected in here. I feel like I've just done so much intro talking, but it's also the first, so hopefully we've all been introduced properly to the concept now, and we can get a little bit more into it. So for the past 30 days, the things that I've worn the most, the first thing that sort of like jumps at me is that it's a lot of blue and white and black, which tracks, especially in the summer months. I mean, this will be true for any time of the year. And also if you scroll down a little bit further, you will also start to get some browns and some pinks. This is just pretty reflective as is of my color scheme. These tend to be like my most worn neutrals, like blue is pretty much a neutral for me, and then the crisp white and the black. And then, yeah, you'll have a little bit of brown as you move on. So this also tracks with everything I like to say about myself. A lot of jackets, a lot of denim, lots of skirts. I wore a pair of shorts on one day, and then I've had like 4 days total with jeans, and then the rest of the days are skirts. And then it might be that the numbers don't add up exactly to 30, because there can be days where I'm only in like leggings or activewear shorts, but this is what it looks like. And then the skirt is actually an old. It's an Argent skirt from 2 years back. I bought it when I was in London in 2023, and I haven't really worn that for a bit, but this year it's really making a comeback, where a lot of the time I wear these other skirts. You know, I had a really long period of time where I just wore the wrap skirt. I have one in lighter color and one in a darker color as well, and these I just haven't worn as much. I also think that for whatever reason I don't enjoy pairing them as much with my summer tops, like whatever I wear on top for the summer, as I do sort of, for example, like my skin tight turtlenecks and stuff like that. So you have this denim skirt. Actually gonna go in and see how much time it has in, where it has in total now. Yeah, just in the past 30 days I've worn it like half the time that I've worn it, and you can see that it's cost me $55 when I first got it, which for an Argent denim skirt is okay. I honestly don't love this skirt, but it is a good fit, and sometimes you'll just have stuff in your wardrobe where it's like that, and it's like that for me with this skirt. So at this stage it's at $2.39 per wear. Also the trainers that I have been wearing a lot, these are my New Balance trainers. These were $105. I believe it's just because I bought them in Switzerland. I don't remember exactly. I just Yeah, it was. It was in Zurich. Because I remember after I moved to Denmark, I was like, this would have been a lot cheaper here. I also know that when and if I want these shoes again, because this is my second pair of them, I'll be able to get them for cheaper. But even if I wasn't, so now they're at $1.2 per wear, almost 1, 2, 3. I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't have to mention every decimal every time. You'll be able to see it on the screen. But I've worn them 85 times, which is actually not true, because I wear these at the gym as well. I don't wear these when I go to the gym to like work out really hard. I have another pair of training shoes for that. I just use them when I go to the gym. Like when I have to go weight lift and yeah, do other things like that at the gym. I just walk around in the shoes, and then for certain types of lifts, I will take them off. So these are my gym shoes, but these are not the type of sweaty gym shoes that you use, if that makes sense. But I have still thought I really should get a pair for each of them, since I end up using them that much. But because I actually only track the wear when I wear them for like a day, even if it's part of activewear, to be fair. But if I have really worn them that day and not just part of the gym, then I do actually log them, because they've been sort of like in this weird in-between place where they were meant to just be for activewear, but I've actually ended up using them a lot as part of outfits, which I really did not do a lot of in Zurich, and then I did that a couple of times in London. But just because the style is different here in Copenhagen, over the past months, I've just started to become more and more, I think comfortable is the right word. It just feels, yeah, I want to reach of them, and I don't mind using them as part of my outfit. And then I do that classic with the tennis socks, which are kind of high. And then I have this new, so we'll be talking about that in the next wardrobe updates, but I have this new denim jacket, which it's such a good fit, it's such a good color, because up until that point, as you can see, which is also just funny, I was wearing 2 other denim jackets, the one that I've been wearing for 4 days, the other one for 3 days, which by the way is not in total. If I go to the first one, this one is a Sarah one, it was $34. I've worn that 9 days now. I actually thought that would have been a little bit more, but I've worn that 9 days now. And then the other one is the naked one, the one with like the skirt built in, and that one I've worn 14 days. So it's just a lot of denim wear as jackets. And when it is as hot as it is right now, it is also the blues that I reach for, even though I have other summer jackets or denim jackets. Like I have the leopard jacket from Sarah, the brown one. That one I really, really love. So there's nothing wrong with it. I just tend to not reach for it as much as the blue things. Then you also, of course, have the bags kind of high up there, which for the past like 30 days, I've only worn like a proper bag. I also have, I think, my YSL. I've only worn that once in the past 30 days, which I mean that also tracks. But yeah, so that means that out of the past 30 days, I've only worn a bag for 11 days, but that also tracks because I've actually been hanging out a lot at the gym that I go to. There is sort of like a workspace right next to it. So I just have I have like a Nike backpack. When I'm already sort of just in activewear, and it just feels so much more appropriate walking around activewear in Copenhagen. In Zurich, it didn't really, I don't know, I like feeling like I don't have to directly fit in, but I like to feel like I look stylish. And if you wear something completely out of place with the environment, it just doesn't like give the most, like you feel like you stick out a little bit, and I would rather blend in when it comes to stuff like that. That's just there are people are just different in that sense, and that is the case for me. So I've been doing that a lot. And then going down, let's see, here there's another skirt that I've been wearing a lot. This is also and other stories. 15 days I've worn that. And then there's my new Havaianas, the flip-flops that I talked about in the last wardrobe updates. Worn that only 3 days. And then I'm gonna go to the next. Yeah, my shirt dress from H&M. Actually, let's go into this one. I won that 22 days, which means that now, also because it's so cheap, you know, I actually found it like on a sale in Zurich. It's just so large. I mean, it's a size small, but it's extremely oversized. And it was only $13, which in Switzerland is completely unheard of, but that's how much it cost. So I also took a chance on it, and it ended up being like one of my favorite outfits of that season. I think it's 2 years ago that I first bought it. I actually wore it quite a lot, and now I've worn it a little bit in Denmark as well. I think I've worn it like total maybe like 3 or 4 times. It said, yeah, 3 days in the past 30 days. But yeah, it's close to $50 per wear now, which most certainly will get there. Then another denim jacket, albeit a darker one. So yeah, then we have the jeans. In Denmark, if you're wearing long jeans, the weather is probably not that good, where when I was living in Zurich, people would would wear jeans even when it was relatively hot, at least relative to a Scandinavian person. So it's been relatively cold since I've been wearing jeans some days. Otherwise you go bare-legged. That is just what Danes do a lot of the time. And then you'll just see a bunch of shirts scattered across the board, just some basic shirts. Then there's a few completely like basic tops. Then there's a row more of skirts. Yeah, then I have my pink shirt as well. This is my new, also talked about that in the last wardrobe updates from Gina Decor. It's a cotton and linen mix, which just makes it a lot less prone to creasing. I mean, it will still crease a little bit, but not as intensely as straight up just 100% linen will. So I am pleased with that. Also a little bit surprised that I've only worn it once. I think in total. Yeah, in total I've worn it twice. I'll get on that at some point. But that's also the thing. Like a lot of the time when I buy something in like a color, like depending on the type of item, I'll often go for the neutral version. So either the white or the black. So when I have something in a color, sometimes I can feel like I've worn it more than I have because it just imprints in the brain a little bit more that I've worn something pink. But since there are limits to how much I want to wear a color, I mean I do like color, but within limits. Having to wear neutrals for most days. Neutrals again for me meaning mostly black, white, blue, and then also some brown. You will also see that as we go further down a little bit. There's some brown. There's also a little bit of I mean a little bit. There's like one gray thing, but there'll be more like browns and grays in the colder months. So yeah, and then saying that, you know, I have actually worn quite a lot of pinks in the past 30 days. I've worn pink 4 days because I've been wearing the long sleeve tops 3 times total between the two of them, and then the linen blend shirt also 1 day. Then as you can see the Lamarel shirt as well, like the one with the bandeau top, essentially I worn that five times total now, and it was $50, which it is because it's a Lamarel and because I bought in Switzerland. This is something that now that I'm back, not that it's particularly relevant to necessarily going into what I've worn the most, but now that we're on it, we might as well just talk about whatever comes to mind. And it is that this is something that I really don't see myself buying in any way, shape or form again now that I live back in Denmark, because it's a nice top, but it is so unbelievably basic. You could easily find something like this for like $20-25, if not even less, and that is what I will be doing for here on out. And that's not to say that I mind spending $50 on a top if I really want it, but I really doubt it's gonna be for something as basic as this. And also this top is slightly warm toned, where it doesn't suit me as well as something that is completely crisp white. It's not directly warm, it is just a little bit warm, which that part about the whole coloring, I actually went into so much depth in my last video, which is the last wardrobe update. So that part I don't think I'm gonna get too much into, but it's just to say that even your mistake, because it's not a mistake purchase, but even your less than perfect purchases will still get some wear if you have nothing else to wear. I don't like to say nothing to wear because it's not like I don't have nothing to wear, but because I'm still in a place right now with my summer wardrobe where I'm figuring a lot of stuff out and I have to invest into some basic pieces, and specifically some basic fitted pieces, because it's evident that I tend to wear those and I really am missing out. And we talked about that also in the wardrobe updates, but last year I really tried to fix that by kind of, I don't want to say panic buying, because I did make the decision to do that, but I was purposely buying some things that I didn't enjoy 100% just because then I truly did not have anything of the sort to wear. But now that I'm building out my wardrobe a little bit better in summer, I'm starting to sell some of those things on Vinted. But this is gonna be like a replacement or like an overhaul situation, which will take a little bit of a while, and something which will also leave my wardrobe despite getting wear will be that Lamarel top. I can find something better just by going for something which is crisp white. But that said, and also saying that you could find something nice for a much lower price, it is just it's a different country, it's a smaller brand. There's really I've got nothing bad to say about the top nor the brand, and even though it's expensive, it is just different in Switzerland. They're making everything in Portugal and stuff like that, so there's really it's no hate, it's just, and I also have other things from there that I'm pleased with. I have something from there I really want to buy, but when I buy stuff from brands like, or from, for example, Lamarel, it's probably not going to be something like that unless it's absolutely perfect and I just want it. So yeah, these other two tops that I have, these are fitted, the brown one and the naked one that you'll see the black one is because the brand is Naked, that you'll see right next to each other. These are just it's at least some form of polyester, but they are just a really good fit. And then on top of those as well, I should mention this really quickly because I've worn it twice, and this is definitely something that I'm planning on wearing a bunch more, but it just isn't so casual. So it's like when I'm already out and about in the city, or if I have to go out for drinks and stuff like that, then my plan is to wear this, and a plan that I'm already exercising because I've done it twice, and it's just such a good look. I've seen other brands make some sort of version of this top. I can't think of anything on top of my head because it's not like I really paid attention. It's just that I've noticed it, but I have this top like this in the sleeveless, and then I also have it, I don't remember what it's called. I'll link to it below, of course, but I also have the long sleeve one, and they're from Naja, and this is really one of those things where I really wanted this top, and the quality here is so superior because of like the shape, that what I found, which is similar, even though the cut is similar, it doesn't hold the shape as lovely. So yeah, it's really just about picking and choosing and deciding, isn't it? Yeah, some other tops down here. There's like this like high neck top, also from that Panic, or whatever we want to call it, purchase round last year from Weekday. I probably gonna sell that at some point. It's really not a cut that I enjoy, but I still wear it because I need something to wear. And then yeah, next to that we have this like little linen halter top, which is really cute. It's just shows a lot of skin, which is not always a problem, but for me there's a time and a place for stuff like that, which makes it sound worse than it is, because it's not I wear stuff like this. It's just that for a specific time and place, and for a lot of days where it's just a little bit more, not casual, but I don't know. There are things that you own that you only want to wear for specific environments or atmospheres or occasions, stuff like that, and for me this is one of them. And then the denim top from Envy, wore that once when I was out and about as well. Then a little bit of some boots and some shoes, and yeah, that's it. It's actually not just what I've worn the most for the past 30 days. These items is everything that I've worn for the past 30 days, because there is a cap of how many items the app will show, but that cap has not been made. So that means that these are the only things, aside from of course again loungewear and then fitness wear or like active wear, that I have worn. Which yeah, I really think there are other statistics to this that I would have enjoyed to have, but this is a really cool statistic in and on its own. Then you can actually also go in and see the cost per wear for the past 30 days, which means of the things that you have worn for the past 30 days, you can see the cost per wear of those items. Like the vast majority of the things that I'm wearing are relatively low in cost per wear. It's not cost per wear for that period, it's just cost per wear for that item. So like you get a lot of really cool statistics for your wardrobe. I would love if there would be more of them. Like for example, the percentage of color that you have worn for like a given time, or like a range of time, and then also just having the range of time. Since it's all in a calendar anyway, it would be really nice if you don't have to choose. I'll show you like the drop down menu. You don't have to just choose like this. Like it would be nice if I could view, like for example for 2023, like which items did I wear the most in 2023. But that is definitely something that I would have really liked to see, because yeah, you have like 100 most recently added, blah blah blah. Like I'll show you the style stats here that you can sort of pick from. And also when you go to the color, I'll show you guys that you can see sort of like the color bar for my items, which is really cool. I feel like it tracks a little bit with color palette relatively okay. Yeah, I think that's what I have to say for this video for now. Again, if you have any feedback, please leave it below. I'm open to all kinds, including constructive feedback as well. Then I just really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like so that I know, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!